This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 30th of April. I'm Michael Groff, closing out the month on a warm and dry note, and we'll start the new one the same way we left off this one. Temperatures to remain above average, at least as we head toward the weekend. Now, some forecast uncertainty does creep into the mix later on in the period, and we'll talk about that and the implications on our weather as we dive on in and discuss. First, let's check that almanac from yesterday. 95 degrees was the afternoon high, 65 the morning low, 89 and 64 are the averages for this time of year. And as we take a look outside at 11:20 a.m., sunny sky and 84 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 30, humidity 14%. It's a calm wind and the barometer is falling. The upper level weather pattern across the nation right now shows a zonal flow around here, dry conditions, and the main storm track is off to the north of us, and that's how it's going to remain for the next few days. This should keep temperatures pretty close to, if not just ever so slightly above seasonal averages. The watch warning map across the nation for the moment is pretty quiet. A little bit of wind up there across parts of the northern plains, but I mean, for the most part, at least right now, not a lot happening. But as we go through the rest of the day today, you don't want to see this, especially given all the severe weather we had over the nation's heartland late last week and in the weekend. You've got the enhanced risk of severe storms, level 3 out of 5 from Kansas City up to Des Moines. The broader severe weather risk from around Midland and Odessa all the way up toward Minneapolis, St. Paul. We also have a marginal risk of severe storms up in parts of the Northeast. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide. We may just see a little bit, generally a tenth of an inch or less across parts of northern and northwest Arizona. And that's with a trough that will come in here later this weekend. And we'll talk about that and everything else going on with our weather right now as we explore the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing off to the north of us, a wave going into the northern plains going negative tilt. That's going to be the focus for the showers and thunderstorms. Well, what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny sky, dry conditions, highs low to mid 90s. I'd say afternoon highs anywhere from about 92 to 96 degrees. Obviously, that's above normal, but not absolutely ridiculous for the last day of April. Tonight with clear sky, overnight lows upper 50s in the cool spots, mid to upper 60s in the urban core. Tomorrow it's pretty much more the same, sunny, low to mid 90s, upper 80s, low 90s on Thursday with continued sunny sky. Friday, same deal, highs low to mid 90s, the sky mostly sunny, the air remains dry. Going into the weekend, here's where some forecast uncertainty does start to come into the mix. We see a trough, a pretty impressive one, moving down the west coast. And rain, maybe even some high elevation snow for California, northward up into the Pacific Northwest and parts of the Great Basin. This trough is going to start to swing east as we go to Sunday. And latest guidance shows this taking kind of a neutral tilt as it comes on in toward Arizona and a little bit further south than previous runs. And if that's the case, even though there's not going to be that much moisture around here, we could see at least some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across northern Arizona as this comes on through, and it will be breezy to windy at times. Now, at this point, our forecast for Sunday, at least in Phoenix, details sunny sky and temperatures still hovering a little bit above average. We may have to include some breezy wording into the forecast here as winds could pick up with this system. But I still don't think we're going to see any precipitation around here in south central Arizona with this feature. About the closest it'll get is maybe around Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon, toward Kingman perhaps, and up toward Page, and obviously further to the north in parts of Utah. But we'll watch this system carefully and see how things develop. At this point, though, there's just no real opportunity for precipitation this far south. Still, this should knock temperatures down, especially once it passes by on Monday. High temperatures falling back toward the mid-80s to near 90 degrees. And there will be some light breezes at times. And a follow-up system may well come in here. We'll have to watch that too. But this is a week from today, Tuesday, the 7th of May. Got another area of low pressure up into the northern plains, moving into the western Great Lakes. Obviously active weather with that, but we're under a dry northwesterly flow. Temperatures should be at right around normal levels. But going out 10 days, Thursday the 9th, we've got another area of low pressure coming into the Great Basin and swinging south and eastward toward us. This feature, again, generally speaking, should stay just to the north, but may eventually knock down temperatures again late next week. It's sort of that yo-yo up the staircase temperature-wise that we see this time of year. Temps may go down a bit, they go up, they go down a little, they come up a little further than they were the last time they went up. You know, that progressive staircase, and then finally we just get into the long, hot summer where it does not cool down until, October. And so we do expect some breezy conditions next week, especially with these systems passing by. But again, this far south, we're not going to see any precipitation. At least that's not how it looks right now. Speaking of, here is rainfall for Phoenix. And this goes out through the 14th of May. And obviously, this is off the GFS ensemble. No real chance or opportunity for precipitation if this is correct. The ensemble mean is... about 1/100th of an inch. And the European ensemble, there's 51 members, and as you can see, one has measurable rain. All right, well, not very promising for precipitation, but this is the heart of the dry season that we're moving into, so there you go. Temperatures off the national blend of models. We're going to keep it fairly warm, but not record-breaking by any means. Temperatures near a little bit above normal on most days, maybe a degree or two below normal on a couple days, but by and large, highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s through the period. No sign of any prolonged triple digits just yet. And we'll get into the longer range outlook tomorrow, but those of you that may have seen that circulating around social media, spoiler alert, this summer may be something of a repeat of what we have seen last year. I don't think it's going to be as dry as last year, but that still would suggest to me we're going to see below average precipitation and above average temperatures for the upcoming summer, and that includes the monsoon. But we'll get into more details on that tomorrow. All right, that's it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video, yes, it is back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And of course, if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily like Clayton did yesterday, then go ahead and click that thanks icon below the video and make those monetary contributions. Or you can donate directly to me via PayPal, grofshow@gmail.com. That is GROFFshow@gmail.com on PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, do check her out and her videos that we always have linked up down there in the description. Also, our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. Go ahead and check that out, too. It's now up on Live 365. Just search for KMGX. We're also on the online radio box, TuneIn, Get Me Radio. There's a bunch of places. And again, I have those linked up in the description. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, it is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.